Hi everyone, I hope each one of you are doing absolutely good, staying home and staying safe. Yes, I know I was inactive and I'm extremely sorry for that. I have two good reasons for this, for being inactive. So the first reason is I was having my exams, my final year exams, and the next one is I just fell from the stairs and I couldn't walk, I couldn't sit properly for a longer period of time. So the reason why I couldn't shoot anything. So I hope you all will understand, and each one of you showed a very good support towards me. So I'm very thankful for that. And without any chit chat, let's talk about today's topic. And today I will be sharing with you a very moist, delicious chocolate cake, and I will make that chocolate cake without any measuring cup, any measuring tool, measuring spoon, with all the ingredients that we have in our home: cup, bowls and spoons. So yes, this would be a very interesting video, and this is the part 1. So I will share with you the part 2 in the next video soon. So yes, I hope you will love this video, and without any further ado, let's jump into the video. So here I have my primary ingredients, and I will be using this Laopala's 150 ml cup, that is the regular size of a cup, and I will use only this cup to measure everything. Sounds crazy, right? But believe me, the end result will mesmerize you. Second, I have a regular spoon, as you can see, and I will use this to make my super moist chocolate cake. So I will start off with some hot dark coffee. So here I have hot dark coffee. So I used this spoon to measure 2 spoons of Nescafe coffee powder. I used heaped spoon of coffee powder, and I used this coffee mug, that is Nescafe coffee mug. This is around 250 to 260 ml, or it can be 240 also. So yes, around 240 ml to 260 ml of water with 2 spoons of instant Nescafe coffee powder. And now I have a bowl full of cocoa powder. What I will do, I will mix this cocoa powder with the hot dark coffee. So yes, I will do 1 spoon at a time, and you can see I'm using heaped spoon of cocoa powder. I will mix it very nicely so that there is no lump and grit, and I will be very patient and gentle with this process. So the coffee mug was little small for me to mix the cocoa powder with the coffee. So I used this clean bowl to mix the cocoa powder with the coffee thoroughly. So my mixture of coffee and cocoa powder is ready. So I used 13 spoons of cocoa powder, that is around 65 to 75 grams of cocoa powder. I will keep this aside, and now I will jump into the dry ingredients. So for the dry ingredients, I have a clean bowl with a strainer. As I have told you in my previous cake video, that straining all the ingredient is very important. So here I have 1.5 cup of flour. I have cut off the head, that is around 220 to 230 grams of maida. So now the time for the rising agent, that is the baking powder. I am using Wakefield's baking powder, a spoonful of baking powder. As you can see, I have cut off the head. I am not using heaped spoon of baking powder. Now I have baking soda. I am using Wakefield's baking soda. So I have taken half spoon of baking soda, as you can see. So strain all the ingredients nicely so that there is no lumps and no grits in the dry ingredient. So as you can see, there are little lumps. So what I will do, I will take my spoon and break all the lumps. And now I will take my whisk and whisk everything nicely so that each and everything mixes up well. So here I have the wet ingredient. I will give it a little stir. And now I will add the dry ingredient into the wet ingredient. I will add this in 2 batches. This is my first batch. and I will loosely mix this wet ingredient with the dry ingredient. As you can see, mix it with very slow hands. Be patient. So now I will add the second batch of dry ingredient and I will loosely mix it with very slow hands. Now at this point the mixture doesn't look very promising, as you can see, but let the oil incorporate in the mixture, then you will see the magic. You will see the color of the chocolate cake and you will find how rich and dark it is. So at this point I will keep the mixture aside and I will jump to the oil or the butter. So here I have a bowl full of melted butter. So what I did, I just took 200 grams of Amul butter, that is 2 packs of 100 grams of Amul butter, and I diced it and melted it in the microwave for 30 seconds. It came to an oily consistency. So why I am using this amount of butter? First of all, I like my cake to taste buttery, not oily, because that is not healthy. And second, it gives that rich flavor to the cake. So I used 43 spoonful of Amul butter. So I will mix the butter with the mixture with the help of a spatula. I will do it with very slow hands. So now mark my words carefully. Now you can see the oil is not totally incorporated with the batter. You can see those arrows. So yes, what I will do, I will use icing sugar now. Yes, you have heard it right. I am using 1.5 cup of icing sugar. So why I am using at last? So when you are working with caster sugar, you are not having this provision, because caster sugar and chocolate cake makes a deadly combination. That is a very good combination, because caster sugar melts a little bit later than the icing sugar in the cake. So when you are using caster sugar, it retains that sweetness with the flavor of cocoa powder. But when you are using icing sugar, it does not have that provision to retain the sweetness, because it will very fastly it will melt into the cake. So yes, that is why I used icing sugar at last, so that it can retain the moisture and the sweetness into the cake, giving the cake that rich flavor of cocoa powder. So that was a little tip for you. I hope you will love this. So my batter is ready and this is looking freaking delicious. So yes, here I have a 7-inch cake tin. So I have lined this with a baking paper. This is a good quality baking paper. Do not use the tracing paper kind of baking paper. So yes, I will pour the batter into the cake tin. So this is my biryani stew pot. As I have told you earlier, I will not use any kind of oven. So I have lined my stew pot with a steel stand. You can also use sand or salt. And if you are not having this kind of stew pot, you can also use kadhai or pressure cooker. I thought of doing something innovative. So I will put the glass lid and let this preheat for 10 minutes. So preheating is done. Now I will place the cake tin inside the stew pot. Be very careful because it is hot. Now I will put the glass lid on. If you are having any hole on the glass lid, please close it with any kind of newspaper or anything so that the gas retains inside. So now I will bake it for 35 to 40 minutes. I will check in the middle. So my cake is done. I will open the lid and I will see it whether the cake is done or not. And I know the cake is done, but still I will check it. So I will cover this cake with a cloth. I am using a hosiery cloth like this, and I will let it set for 30 minutes till it cools down, and I will demold the cake. So I have demolded the cake and I have cling wrapped it nicely, and I will let it sit for 5 to 6 hours. Let the cake sit. Do not use it as soon as you take it out from the oven, and just let it rest for 30 minutes. Do not use your cake like that. Let the cake sit for 4 to 5 hours, maximum 6 hours, and use it after that. So this is my cake after 6 hours. So yes, I will cut it and I will show you how it has turned out. So first I will cut the dome area or the upper crust. and you can see the cake has turned so soft and moist. Now I will slice the cake into 3 parts. I haven't used any kind of filter on this video, so the color you are seeing of the cake is extremely real. This is the real footage. So yes, the color that came is the color that my chocolate cake always turns out. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you like the video, then don't forget to hit that big fat thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. If you didn't like the video, obviously you can dislike it too, but do share why you didn't like the video in the comment bar. And if you have any video suggestion for my upcoming videos, then do share it too. And yes, if you are new here, hey, I am Ushoshi. I make DIY baking and cooking related videos a little bit. So if you have interest in all of these 3, then do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon beside it. It will notify you whenever I post a new video. I will meet you next week with the part 2 of this video, and you will be mesmerized with that part 2. Yeah boy, that is extremely gorgeous video, so wait for it. I hope I will be able to make that video within next week because I'm extremely busy, so I am hoping. So yes, till then, bye bye, and yes, I love you all.